look at it a little bit along the lines of you are what your network is.
Oh, for sure.
So tell me a little bit about like the network that you've been able to develop over time that's helped you to become who you are now.
Yeah, of course. Well, I think like finding people who are where you want to be in every aspect, whether it's faith, finance, fitness, family, right? A lot of times when we're like in one of these pillars, we try to do it all on our own. So like fitness is a huge part of my life. That's one of my primary pillars of like my functionality as a human. If I don't work out in the morning, I have a really bad day, you know? And so for me, it's like, if I want to, I guess, go after this and really be good at it, I have to find other people who are good at it. So some of my best friends are really hardcore gym heads.
Okay.
You know, they're really good at, you know, yoga, or they're good at some type of functional movement, and it's actually their bread and butter. That's how they do business. So I have friends that are really good trainers.
Okay.
And so I learn from them, and by being around them, naturally, like I pick up good techniques and I avoid injury. And if something hurts, like I can ask them and they tell me
how to fix it.
Exactly, right? So it's like that network has helped me propel and become better in that specific area of my life. Similarly, like when I was going all out on this thing several months back, like I really lost track with my faith journey, and like faith is a huge component of my life. So I had to start getting around people who are really involved in the church or really involved in their faith walk, you know? So because like when I start feeling like that's drifting, I got to surround myself with other people in community, because you're not, and it's all about community and everything. And then my business endeavor, like most of my close friends, of course, I told you I've got friends that are trainers, friends in the church. Most of my really close friends are all realtors.
Okay.
Because that's my business. I get my business from my agents, and my agents become my friends, and that's how I continue to get more business, and that's how they trust me. So it's all about your community. It's all about your network. I mean, that's the only way that we can excel.
Oftentimes I see when I'm sitting down and I'm talking with business owners, a common theme is that they have ups and downs, but sometimes those downs are pretty traumatic. Like some pretty challenging things that they've gone through. Have you found that to be part of your path?
Yeah, for sure. It's crazy, man. I've been down a lot of times. Okay. I've been down a lot of times. One time in particular that was pretty, it was pretty intense for me, and I'll never forget it. And I think it really characterized my journey and like helped me get where I am is, I was running a mortgage branch in downtown Miami. Me and my buddy, we had 15 guys working for us, different friend.
This is before Millennium.
This is before Millennium. Yeah. So a buddy of mine, we had been working for this company. And so I get a call from the CEO, and I wasn't like, by any means, I wasn't the top producer or anything. I just had a good work ethic, and I kind of, in my opinion, I did the bare minimum, but in Miami, a Northerner's bare minimum is a little bit
a little different, different. Exactly.
So, man, I got promoted relatively quickly. The owner of the branch that we had been working at, he'd left and started his own endeavor. So he completely left the business, and, you know, he started his own thing. So that place, it became a new company. They separated. And so the CEO calls me and he's like, hey, do you want to start your own branch? You know, you and your buddy, we want to, you know, set this thing up. And so we did. We built this huge operation. You know, the guy financed the whole thing. Wow. And we had 15 loan officers working for us. And it was a major operation. We had leads coming in, and everybody was on the phone. I had auto dialers set up, and it was just a huge phone operation.
When was this? What year
I think this was 2016 and 17.
Okay.
And so we blew up quick, and we were hiring. In the matter of 1 year, we had outgrown 3 offices.
Wow.
And so we had to get
That's tremendous.
Yeah, and it was all in the same building, so we kept going up floors.
Okay.
Until the final year, we ended up going down a floor because that was the only bigger space available. Okay. And so we got a massive operation. It was amazing. We had in-house, processing staff, people to collect conditions. We just had it was an incredible operation, man. And it was so great to like go into the office and like motivate the team every morning. And it was fun, man. It was a really good time. It was stressful, of course. And so my same buddy from New York, him and I had this concept where we were like, man, we go out to restaurants all the time. It's such a pain in the ass checking out. Mm-hmm. And so we built this mobile app. We had this, it started as an idea.
Okay. So wait a minute. We're transitioning now from mortgage
to
to some sort of technology.
Yeah, and so this was the segue of my demise at the time, because I told you I'm the all or nothing type of guy.
Exactly.
Right?
Okay.
And so we had this idea, like, we're going to start this tech company, and it's going to be a mobile app to help people check out at restaurants. And it was very intuitive. It was a great concept, and everybody was on board. I mean, we hired developers. I had a decent amount of savings. He did too, and I had a crazy like open credit line too. Okay. It was just out of control, and so. It was crazy, man. We went all in on this thing, and I completely neglected the branch. Like, my mortgage branch neglected it completely, and I went all in on this tech company. And so
that was the shiny object.
That was my shiny object. That was the thing that kind of deterred me from building this whole operation out to what it could have been, which, looking back, probably could have been huge. And so, yeah, man, we went all out. We went all out on this thing, and it was like a total failure, like flop. And so. I mean, it could have been good. Like, looking back at it, I know exactly what we could have done in order to make it better. Like, hindsight's 20/20, and it probably would have taken off. But like, we were in the app store, we had all these consumer downloads, but we couldn't. There was no like restaurant that would allow us to implement it there, because we needed access to the back end of their POS system. No one wanted and they're like, we're not going to give you our POS system. That's like the lifeblood of the business, you know? Right. And so like, there were things now looking back, we could have definitely done things differently. White labeled the product, even just done some licensing thing, whatever. But yeah, man, it was bad. I remember I went to New York. I was walking the streets for like 4 months trying to sell this restaurant. I was on 3rd Ave, 6th. I'm up, down, all over the place, right? And so we got a couple places that were interested, but I was like, dude, I look at my account one day and I'm like, where the hell's all my money? Like, and I'm in all this credit card debt. It was bad. And we had been paying developers and UX designers and all these people, and like, I was tapped out. Wow. So I'm like, I got to go back to Miami. I still have a place there. I fly back to Miami. I have 2 employees at my branch. I was so disconnected. I didn't even know.
Recognize that everyone left.
People had left. The assistant manager had fired other people, and like, things were there was a dynamic that was like really bad once I left, where things just weren't working out. The leads started to dry up, and then I wasn't there to like talk to the CEO to get different types of leads and go to different. So it was not good.